Dear children, welcome to this channel. This is my 7th video. In my last video, I did the examples under exercise 2.5, and here I am going to do the problems in exercise 2.5. Before entering into the doing problems, I am going to give an interesting fact about a number called Ramanujam number. Do you all know about Ramanujam number? See, the number 1729 is called Ramanujam's number. Why this is called Ramanujam number? There is an interesting story behind it. Once Ramanujam was hospitalized, his friend came to visit him, and he came by a taxi bearing this number 1729. And his friend told that once I came by a taxi with the number 1729 and that number is not good. I feel it is not good. And then immediately at once Ramanujam said 1729 is a special number because 1729 is the only number which can be expressed as sum of cubes of two numbers in two different ways. That is, he also explained that, he said that 1729 is expressed as the sum of 1729, which is nothing but 10 cube plus 9 cube. Also, it can be expressed as 1 plus 1728, that is 1 cube plus 12 cube. So no other number has this special quality, and hence this is a special number. And he said that 1729 is a special number because it can be expressed as a sum of cubes of two numbers in two different ways. No number has this special quality. And hence from that this 1729 is called Ramanujam's number. So, remembering this Ramanujam number, easily you can remember the value of 12 cube, that is 1728. So, whenever you remember 1729 Ramanujam number, immediately you can remember the value of 12 cube as 1728. Before doing the exercise problems, I would like to tell the shortcut ways to do problems. That is, on multiplying two complex numbers, when one is purely real and purely imaginary, no need to use the rule of multiplication. Simple multiplication is enough. That is, 3, if the number is 3 plus 1 number is 3 plus I and 1 is 7, simply 7 a real number, then no need to write it as 7 plus 0i and no need to do it in the way of complex multiplication. Simply you can multiply 7 3 is 21 plus 7i. Similarly, if one number is minus 4 plus 2y and another number is a real number with a negative real number minus 3, then minus 3 into minus 4 plus 12 and minus 6i, it is enough. So, no need to use the way of complex multiplication. And likewise, when you multiply a complex number with another complex number with no real part, that is purely imaginary, here also no need to put 0 plus 3i and use the rule of multiplication, complex multiplication. Just multiply minus 2 into 3i minus 6i, 4i into 3i is minus 12i square. Replace the y square as minus 1, so it will become plus 12, and rewriting in the proper form 12 minus 6i. Likewise, even if it is negative purely imaginary number with a minus sign, here also the same method, minus 2y into 3 minus 6i and minus 5 into minus 2 plus 10i squared. I squared is minus 1, so minus 10, so minus 10 minus 6i. So no need to make it as a standard form and use the rule of multiplication. Simply you can multiply and write it. And likewise, I want to tell one thing. So, if you come across such a number addition where the denominators, look at the denominators here, they are conjugate to each other. In such case, no need to convert this to a separate multiplying and dividing by 5 plus I and 5 plus I and make it in the standard form, again converting into the standard form and adding. Instead of doing like that, just take LCM. If the denominators are conjugate to each other, you can do like this. So, on taking LCM, the denominator will be 5 minus I into 5 plus I. So, 5 plus I should be multiplied with this numerator and 5 minus I should be multiplied with this numerator. And then here, both the numbers are complex numbers with having both real and imaginary parts. You can use the rule of complex multiplication and write it. And here also multiply it and then group the terms real as well as imaginary and write it in the standard form, rectangular form. Then again I would like to tell modulus of I is 1. So modulus of I being 1, if you find out the modulus of purely imaginary number minus 7 means it is simply 7. And simply if it is positive number 14i, again it will be 14. And then value of I power 64, if the power of I is a multiple of 4, immediately we can write its value as 1. And then Again, I would like to tell here, if the denominator is purely imaginary number, so simply it is enough if you multiply by the conjugate. No need to multiply it by conjugate 5i by 5i. Instead of that, just it is enough to multiply I by I, and then you can proceed like that. And then while writing a complex number, if variables are used, I have already told that if variables are used, you have to write it like this: x plus I first and then the variable. Otherwise, if you write I after this y, it will be get confused whether it is a variable, whether this I represents a variable or it represents an imaginary number. So to avoid that confusion, always when variables letters are used, we use I first and then the letter. But while writing number, first write the number and then I. Why? Suppose if the number is a negative number, so if you have to write like this: 2 minus 5. Instead of that, if you write 2 plus I into minus 5 like this without a bracket, you may consider it as 2 minus 5 plus I. So to avoid this confusion, you have to write like this: I after the number, not I after the number. Okay, not before the number. But in the when trigonometric ratios, sin x, cos x like that, tan x, trigonometric ratios are used, I should be written first and then the trigonometric ratios. Similarly for surds, I should come first and then the irrational numbers. Otherwise, you will take, if I write like this, sin x plus cos x I, then there will be a confusion whether cos of xi or cos x into I. So there will be a confusion. So to avoid this, write I first and then the trigonometric ratios. Like right here, root 3 plus I root 3 is correct form. Root 3 plus root 3 I means then there will be a confusion. So in order to avoid the confusion, you are writing like this. Okay. Now let us see the exercise problem. First one, find the modulus of the following complex numbers. First one is 2i by 3 plus 4i. Then it is easy, just to take the modulus of the numerator and then divided by modulus of the denominator. You can see the example. And then just I told here, first you have to convert this to a, you can do this problem by two ways. Either converting each one, taking the modulus of this one, but modulus of z1 plus z2 is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. So you have to convert this to a complex number in the standard form, again in the standard form, and then you can take the modulus and add. Instead, just now what we have seen, the denominators are conjugate to each other. So instead of making them separately as in the standard form, just take LCM and then make it as in the standard form and then take the modulus. Then modulus of 1 minus I the whole power 10 will be equal to modulus of 1 minus I the whole power 10, as using the property modulus of Z power n is equal to mod Z the whole power n. So find the modulus of 1 minus I and take it as power 10. You will get the required answer. And then here, as it is a product, so just a product of the modulus of the product is equal to product of the moduli. So modulus of 2i into modulus of 3 minus 4i into modulus of 4 minus 3i. So you can see the example problem. So you can do this one, first one by yourselves. Now coming to the second one. For any two complex numbers z1 and z2 such that mod z1 and mod z2 is equal to 1 and z1 z2 is not equal to minus 1, then show that z1 plus z2 by 1 plus z1 z2 is a real number. So using these conditions, you have to show that it is a real number. You know that when z a complex number and its conjugate are equal, then that number is a real number. So using this concept, this property, we are going to prove the conjugate of this one and its are equal to show that it is a real number. So let us take the conjugate of the given one, z1 plus z2 by 1 plus z1 z2 the whole bar. Then using the property of conjugate of the numerator by conjugate of the denominator. Again sum of the conjugate of the sum is equal to sum of the conjugate. So it can be split up as z1 bar plus z2 bar. And 1 being a real number, it's conjugate itself. So 1 plus z1 bar into z2 bar. Now modulus of z1 is given using this condition. On squaring, modulus of z1 squared is also equal to 1. But modulus of z1 squared is z1 into z1 bar. So z1 bar can be expressed as 1 by z1. Similarly, z2 bar is equal to 1 by z2. Now replace z1 bar and z2 bar as 1 by z1 and 1 by z2 here. So On replacing this, take LCM Z1 and Z2. We have Z2 plus Z1 by Z1 Z2, and then Z1 Z2 multiplying here Z1 Z2 plus 1 by Z1 Z2. So these two get cancelled. So you will get the same one. So conjugate of this one is itself. Therefore Z1 plus Z2 by 1 plus Z1 Z2 is real. So you are using the properties. So the properties of conjugate and properties of modulus are used again and again to work out any problem. Now third one, which one of the points 10 minus 8i, 11 plus 6i is closest to 1 plus I? In the example problem, we have seen a problem given 3 points and they are asked to find out which one is closest to the origin. So we have to find the distance between origin and that particular point. We find its modulus, as modulus represents distance of the point from the origin. But here they have given 2 points and they are asked which one is closest to this one. So we have to find out the distance between the given point and the 1 plus I, and also the second point 11 plus 6i and 1 plus I, and you have to check which distance is the smallest one to find which one is closest to 1 plus I. So let us take the given 1 plus I, the complex number 1 plus I as Z, and these two complex number are Z1 and Z2. So let us find out the distance between Z and Z1 and Z and Z2. The smallest one will be the closest. The smallest distance, the one which has the smallest distance will be the closest point. So let us find how will you find out distance between two complex number? That is nothing but modulus of their difference. So modulus of Z minus Z1. So Z minus Z1 will be 1 minus 10 is minus 9 and plus I plus 8i is plus 9i. So what is the modulus of minus 9 plus 9i? Square root of real part squared minus 9 the whole square minus 9 the whole square and then plus 9 square. So minus 9 the whole square is simply 9 square, 2 times 9 square. So taking 9 square out of the root, it will be 9 and root 2. And then find the distance between Z and Z2. So that will be given by modulus of Z minus Z2. So 1 plus I minus 11 plus 6i. 1 minus 11 is minus 10 and I minus 6i is minus 5. Then root of minus 10 the whole square is 100. Minus 5 the whole square is 25. 125. So it can be split up as 25 into 5. That is equal to 5 root 5. So among the two values, 5 root 5 will be smaller than 9 root 2. So which one is 5 root 5 means the point Z2, the distance between Z2 and Z2 is smaller. That means that the point 11 plus 6i is closest to 1 plus I. So be able to follow this. Next, if mod Z is equal to 3, show that 7 less than or equal to modulus of Z plus 6 minus 8i less than or equal to 13. So in the same way, likewise, we did an example problem. So in the same way, you can proceed to do this. You can proceed this problem and show that the required result. So just like this, we have an example. So look at that example and proceed and do the problem as like that. Now coming to the fifth one, if modulus of Z is equal to 1, show that 2 less than or equal to modulus of Z squared minus 3 less than or equal to 4. So here also I am going to ask you to do this problem by yourselves, but I am going to give you a small hint for that. So consider Z1 as, here you have just like example problem, so it would be easy for you. And as it is Z squared is given, take Z1 as Z squared and Z2 as 3. So and use the formula modulus of whole modulus of Z modulus of Z1 minus modulus of Z2 is less than or equal to modulus of Z1 plus Z2 is less than or equal to mod Z1 plus mod Z2. The same formula which you used here. And then replacing Z1 by Z squared and Z2 by 3, you can proceed the problem and you will get the required answer, where modulus of Z1 means, how will you find out modulus of Z1? That will be modulus of Z squared, that is mod Z the whole square. Mod Z being 1, it will be equal to 1. So if you use the hints, you can easily prove this problem. Sixth, if modulus of Z minus 2 by Z is equal to 2, show that the greatest and the least values of mod Z are root 3 plus 1 and root 3 minus 1 respectively. So here, let us take this first Z1 to be Z and Z2 to be minus 2 by Z. So using the same property, modulus of Z1 minus modulus of Z2 is less than or equal to mod Z1 plus mod Z2. One part, let us take one part alone. So modulus of Z minus modulus of minus 2 by Z less than or equal to Z minus 2 by Z. That is modulus of Z. Modulus of minus 2 by Z can be taken as 2 by modulus of Z, as modulus of minus 2 is 2 and then denominator is modulus of Z. Less than or equal to, this one is given as 2 in the question. So we can replace it by 2. So modulus of a quantity is less than or equal to 2. This implies that this quantity is less than, lies in between minus 2 and 2. So this you have learnt from here. There is a inequality. This is an inequality. There is a result in inequality, and you have learnt in your 11th standard. That is, if modulus of x is less than or equal to a, then this condition holds. Minus a less than or equal to x less than or equal to plus a holds. This you have learnt in your 11th standard. So using this concept, modulus of this quantity is less than or equal to 2 implies minus 2 less than or equal to mod z minus 2 by mod z less than or equal to 2. So let us split into two parts and we will prove this problem. So first let us take this part, modulus of z minus 2 by modulus of z less than or equal to 2. So multiplying throughout by mod z, we have mod z squared minus 2 is less than or equal to 2 times mod z. So moving this to this side and 2 to that side, we have mod z squared minus 2z is less than or equal to 2. So adding 1 on both sides. So here we are going to add 1 on both sides. Mod z squared minus 2z plus 1 is less than or equal to 2 plus 1 is 3. This is nothing but a squared plus b squared minus 2ab. So that is modulus of z minus 1 the whole square is less than or equal to 3. So implies modulus of z minus 1 is less than or equal to root 3, taking the positive value as it is a squared quantity mod z, and then mod z is less than or equal to root 3 plus 1. Therefore, modulus of z is less than or equal to root 3 plus 1 means the greatest value of modulus of z is root 3 plus 1. Similarly, taking the other part, modulus of z minus 2 by z is greater than or equal to minus 2. So, multiplying throughout by mod z squared minus 2 is greater than or equal to minus 2z. Move to this and that side. So, we have mod z squared plus 2 times mod z is greater than or equal to 2. Again adding 1. So, you will have mod z plus 1 the whole square is greater than or equal to 3, and mod z plus 1 is greater than or equal to root 3, taking the positive quantity. So, modulus of z is greater than or equal to root 3 minus 1. That means root 3 minus 1 is less than or equal to z. That means the least value of modulus of z is root 3 minus 1, and hence the proof. Then 7th one. If z1, z2, z3 are three complex numbers such that mod z1 equal to 1, modulus of z2 is equal to 2, and modulus of z3 equal to 3, and modulus of z1 plus z2 plus z3 is equal to 1, show that modulus of 9 z1 z2 plus 4 z1 z3 plus z2 z3 is equal to 6. Here I am going to ask you to do this problem also by yourselves, and I will give you this hint. Then modulus of z1 being 1, z1 modulus of z1 squared is also 1, and z1 bar 1 as usual, z1 bar is equal to 1 by z1, okay. But modulus of z is 2, again likewise similarly square it, modulus of z2 squared is equal to 4, and z2 bar equal to 4, and z2 bar is equal to 4 by z2. Similarly, you can get modulus of z3 will be 9 by z3, and then you are asked to show that it is equal to, if it is this one, and you have to show this result. So take this one, modulus of z1 plus z2 plus z3, and then let us consider modulus of z1 plus z2 plus z3. So this will be equal to its conjugate. Again split it as mod z1 plus mod z2 plus mod z3. Replace mod z1, mod z2, mod z3 by 1 by z1, 4 by z2 and 9 by z3 as in the previous example or a previous problem. Just to take LCM, its value is being 1. Then you proceed, you will get the required answer. Within 2 or 3 steps, you will get this answer. Okay. Now, let's come to the problem number 8. If the area of the triangle formed by the vertices z, iz and z plus iz is 50 square units, find the value of mod z. So, 3 points are given and they form a triangle, and the area is also given. You are asked to find out what would be the modulus of z. Modulus of z means that is the distance from the origin to the point z, given the area of the triangle. So, to do this, let us plot the point and check how it is. So, let A be the point which represents z, where the distance OA gives modulus of z. And you know that Iz, when a complex number is multiplied by I, it is rotated through an angle 90 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. So, Iz will be in this quadrant, where its modulus being, its distance OB is equal to modulus of Iz, is represented by modulus of Iz. And by the rule of addition, you know that if you complete it as a parallelogram, the fourth vertex will give its summation. So, by completing this as a parallelogram, the fourth vertex C gives Z plus Iz. As it is 90 degree, and then being a modulus of z and modulus of iz being equal, because modulus of y is 1 and it will be equal to again modulus of z. This is 1 and it is 90 degree. This parallelogram will be a square, and therefore this one, as the sides are parallel and equal for a parallelogram, modulus z means again modulus z. Here it is modulus iz, all are equal. So it is a square. So the right and it is this angle is 90 degree, means this is also 90 degree. And its area, the area of the triangle ABC is given as 50 square units. But from the figure you can observe that the triangle ABC is a right angled triangle and with the two sides are equal. That means it is an isosceles right angled triangle. Therefore, what would be its area? Half into base into height. So in triangle, I will give the figure here. So in triangle ABC, this BC is equal to modulus of Z, and AC, BC is equal to modulus of Z, AC is equal to modulus of IZ, that is modulus of IZ into modulus of Z. That is AC is also equal to modulus of Z. So, and angle BCA is equal to 90 degree. So, as I explained here, since it is a square and all the four sides are equal and opposite angles are 90 degree, it is a square, and therefore this area is given as area of triangle ABC is 50. So it is an isosceles right angle triangle, and therefore triangle ABC is isosceles right triangle, and hence its area can be given by the formula half into BH. What is base? Either you can take this as a base or this as a base, anything. So if it is a base, it will be height. If it is a base, it will be height. So area is 50, half into both the base and height are equal to modulus of Z. So modulus of Z squared is equal to 2 into 50, 100, or mod Z is equal to 10. Okay. Now come to the ninth one. Show that the equation Z cube plus 2 Z bar equal to 0 has 5 solutions. We did a similar problem in the example. Likewise, you have to do. So Z cube plus 2 Z bar equal to 0 is given. That means Z cube is equal to minus 2 Z bar. Let us take modulus. Modulus of Z cube is equal to modulus of minus 2 Z bar. Modulus of Z the whole cube. Just now I told how to take the modulus. That is 2 into modulus of Z bar only. So Z bar is nothing but modulus of Z bar and modulus of Z being same. It is equal to 2 into modulus of Z. So yesterday I told while explaining the example problem, you shouldn't cancel this modulus of Z, because we don't know whether modulus of Z is actually, what is the meaning for cancelling? We are dividing by modulus of Z. By dividing a quantity means it should be a non-zero quantity. So we don't know whether modulus of Z is 0 or not. So you should not do the cancellation until then it is known whether it is 0 or non-zero. So you have to move it to the opposite side. So modulus of Z cube minus 2 into modulus of Z is equal to 0. So taking modulus Z outside, modulus of Z squared minus 2 is equal to 0. So we have two cases, either modulus of Z is equal to 0 or modulus of Z squared minus 2 equal to 0. If you take the first case, mod Z is equal to 0. So this implies that Z will be, when the modulus of a complex number will be 0, if it is a zero complex number. So this one implies Z is equal to 0. So we got one solution. So Z is equal to 0 is one solution. Now taking the other case, modulus of Z squared minus 2 equal to 0. What happened? Modulus of Z squared minus 2 equal to 0 implies modulus of Z squared is equal to 2. That is, what is modulus of Z squared? Z bar. So Z bar equal to 2 or Z bar is equal to 2 by Z. So let us substitute Z bar is equal to 2 by Z in the given equation. So on substituting Z bar equal to 2 by Z and cross multiplying with Z, we have, that means multiplying throughout by Z, we have Z power 4 plus 4 is equal to 0. So this is a equation in complex number Z with the power 4. So it will have 4 solutions. So totally we have 5 solutions, and hence this given equation has 5 solutions. And here I have represented only the number of solutions, and then in later topics I will explain how to obtain the solution for this complex equation. This is called a complex equation. The equation involving any complex number is called a complex equation. Now last problem, coming to the last problem. Find the square root of first one 4 plus 3i, second one minus 6 plus 8i, and minus 5 minus 12i. So I have given the formula in the keynote in the previous video. You can use, otherwise also here also I have given the formula, you can use it. So I did a third problem alone. Root of minus 5 minus 12i, that is square root of minus 5 minus 12i is equal to, what is the formula? Plus or minus root of mod z plus a by 2 plus b by mod b into I into root of mod z minus a by 2. A is being the real part and b being the imaginary part. Now this b by modulus of b decides whether it takes both whether a, b and t takes the same sign or a and b takes a different sign. So here z being minus 5 minus 12i, what is its modulus? Root of 25 plus 144, 169, 13. So 5, 12, 13 is a combination. And then what is b by modulus of b? Minus 12 by 12, that is equal to minus 1. So here the square root a and b, the square root for this one, x and y, the real part and imaginary part will take the opposite sign. And then mod z square, mod z is 13, 13 and a being minus 5 by 2, then minus b by modulus of b is minus, so minus I into root of 13 and minus of a is minus 5, minus of minus is plus 5 by 2, 13 minus 5, 8 by 2 minus 18 by 2, 8 by 2 is root 4, that is 2, 18 by 2 is 9, root 9 is 3. So plus or minus 2 minus 3i, that is if you take this plus sign it will be plus 2 minus 3i, two different signs, and if you take minus 2 plus 3i, again two different signs. Then I have given the answers for the problems which I left you. First one, the first for the first one, 4 subdivisions are there, the answers are given below. And for the 9th one, first one and second one, you have to do. So the answers are given here. And the other one will simply show that problems. So note the answers, no need to be given the answer here. And look at, in this answer you will have one irrational. So I have written I first and then the irrational number. Likewise here I into 2 root 2, not 2 root 2i. So this is a way of writing. That's all. Okay. I hope that you have understood the problems.